So I'm now joined by Telefonica's head of alliances in charge of the M2M, and also is the chairman of the M2M World Alliance. Angel, nice to see you. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the deals that Telefonica have made in the M2M space this year. Perhaps one of the most eye-catching was the deal with Tesla, where you're providing connectivity to their cars. First of all, as head of the M2M World Alliance, how important was that to clinching the deal with Tesla? Because obviously I know you're working with KPN, for example, on the deal.
Of course. The M2M Alliance in this case, thinking on the solutions that we are providing, thinking on trying to provide a unique, seamless solution around the world, it's quite important. We're speaking about Tesla. You know that apart of being a cool car, we are providing different, quite important services as radio, internet. We are downloading maps. We're speaking about gigabytes per month per car. And of course, the best way to do it is having a local partner that at the end is going to deploy, is going to provide the service locally. Roaming is completely impossible when we're speaking about this high amount of data. Then having in Europe, for example, we are working in our own footprint with Tesla, we are working in the UK, we are working in Spain, we are working in Germany. But for example, we have also won Netherlands or Belgium that for Tesla are quite important markets. And in this case, it's KPN who's working with us within the M2M Alliance and providing a unique service to Tesla. And we are going to spread also to other geographies around the world, thinking on that at the end, in the M2M Alliance, we have the same service, the same solution, independently of the operator, independently on the country.
Sure, because obviously I know that Tesla also signed a deal with Telefónica in the Scandinavian market, for example, to provide that. On this sort of country by country kind of model, I mean, is that a model that can kind of last in the long term, or are these companies really going to want that sort of global footprint that we sort of hear about?
The idea at the end is that we are trying to mix both things. We are trying to have a local solution with local subscriptions, with of course quite close to the regulation, because you know different countries, different regulations, but at the same should be a seamless service for our customer, for Tesla. I mean, independently if they are working in Spain, the UK, or in Netherlands, they are going to obtain the same service, although we are providing a local service. And we are trying to mix both things. Speaking about the features, speaking about the services that we are providing to the customer, and at the same time, that's quite important, with local rates. I mean, we are providing quite good service, seamless service, same service in all the different countries. Customer experience is the best, but with local prices, and of course, being compliant with all the regulations in those quite different countries.
Okay. One of the other deals you've made this year is with the French firm JCDecaux, and that's all around sort of outdoor advertising. Tell us about how that market is kind of growing compared to obviously the automobile sector, which is quite well established. What are you sort of expecting and hoping from the outdoor advertising space?
The markets are quite different. Why I'm saying that? Because at the end, when we're speaking about automotive industry, we're speaking about millions of cars. In this case, when we're speaking about advertising, I think it's a good market that is moving. We are not speaking about so many panels or so many screens around the world. But of course, the number of screens, the number of these new points of distribution are quite important. In this case, probably the most important thing is, of course, we are also speaking about downloading a high volume of data. And it's going to be quite good having a global solution to download this data, also with local prices. But the second thing related to that was the possibility, we are speaking about, well, we are not going to change the advertisements in the morning, at lunch, now thinking on, we are going to put a new restaurant, and later we're going to change. They can change the contents more often. And the second thing, why not? It's the customer interaction. We're speaking now about screens that in a certain moment the end customer can go and touch and say, hey, I want more about that, and can obtain this information. Or we are speaking about have millions of smartphones that in a certain moment could interact directly via NFC or any other technology with these screens, or why not? We are speaking about how we can provide same or different advertisements in both screens at the same time. I mean, I think we are opening a new possibility, and we haven't only to think in the big screens, static, speaking about screens or different possibilities, for example, into the buses, and then it's the same. You are moving into London, and then you can start advertising different things in different parts of the route. I mean, the reality is that we think that in the future it's going to be a very sophisticated way to start providing different information to the end users.
Yeah. So lots of possibilities there in the future. The other thing is obviously you've extended as well this year your M2M partner program. Tell us about how you go about kind of selecting partners and how evaluating them and how that comes about, because obviously that's quite an important area.
Yeah, the partner program at the end is a different way for us to go to a market. I mean, we have our usual sales channels, our usual operation businesses. There, the reality is that in M2M, it's sometimes so difficult for the smaller companies to develop their solutions that having somebody that's working with us and working with them, we are going to move and we are going to develop the market faster. We launched the service in the US. Now we have launched also in Europe. The idea is that to identify different possible partners that are going to support in different ways to our final customers. And we are speaking about sometimes are more aggregators, sometimes they are going to include into their modules our connectivity to provide a better service to their integrators, and sometimes are real integrators that are going to the market and say, hey, don't worry, I'm going to support you not only with the integration or the module or the device, also with the connectivity. Then we are trying to go to market in a different way to improve and have more capillarity in these other different sectors. I'm speaking about SMEs, I'm speaking about smaller accounts that they need more support. And having this partnership with them, of course, we are looking for the best partners in the different sectors. We are trying to go and arrive or provide this type of services better to our customers.
Okay. Angel, thank you very much.
Thank you.